Welcome to The Fashion Department, a podcast that will explore the world of fashion and how it informs all aspects of life, from dress to lifestyle to food and travel. From stylists to designers to influencers to shop owners, you'll hear the latest scoop du jour. And now let me introduce you to your fabulous host, Tina Bricoli, a Greenwich, Connecticut-based wardrobe stylist and radio show personality. With over 20 years in the fashion industry, Tina will share her take on style, trends, the business of fashion, and her sartorial sense. Here's your host.
Welcome back to the Fashion Department. I am here today joined by one of my fabulous friends, my co-host, Miss Kendra Shea. She is a personal shopper / stylist in Dallas, Texas. And she's been in the business for over a decade, specifically in the luxury, ready-to-wear, and designer category. Welcome back to the Fashion Department, Kendra.
Hi, happy to be here.
So excited, and we love to talk about summer and spring wardrobes.
Yes.
So temperatures have finally risen here on the East Coast. I know you're a little bit ahead of us, and it's a little bit warmer where you are, and then it gets a lot warmer where you are. And so for those who haven't heard, she's been on this show before. You joined me last season. Kendra is in Dallas, but she's lived in LA, and she comes to New York City quite a bit. So whether for work or personal reasons. So she really understands, I think she understands the client and the climate and, different wardrobes in different cities, especially from the perspective that she has, which is, working as a stylist and a personal shopper, kind of knowing what people want. And I wanted to kind of talk a little bit about that today. Start off with, you lived in LA for quite some time, many years.
Mm-hmm. 11 years.
11 years working in the industry. And now you've shifted gears and you're in Dallas. What do you think is the biggest difference in the way people dress in LA, in Dallas, and in New York City?
Oh my gosh. Well, first of all, I think LA and Dallas is like night and day. I mean, when I moved, I still feel like I'm in transition of like figuring out what my whole look is, because when I lived in LA, it was like it was like more casual. Like on my days off, or if I was running around, like, I would be, in a hoodie and sweatpants with like a really cool, trendy, whatever the trendy sneaker was at the time. Or everyone's in workout clothes because everyone is very active in LA. Or I would be, in like a little like Love Shack dress. So it was like so different. And then Dallas is very conservative, not very conservative, but pretty conservative. So everyone here is in blazers and dresses, and no one really wears hoodies or streetwear as much as we did in LA. So I kind of had to stop with my streetwear look in Dallas because everyone looked at me funny, like, what is this girl wearing? I'm like, this is cool. This is,
I swear I can dress you. Please hire me.
I know. I'm like, I swear I know how to dress myself. This is what's cool in LA. Everyone's like, well, you're not in LA anymore, Kendra. You're in Dallas.
Yeah, those are fine.
I've had to.
That's a tough phrase to say anywhere else.
I know. And then New York it's so like fashion girl. But they still have, I think, depending on where you are in the city, and let me know if you like agree with this. I think like Soho is way different than if you're in, Uptown or Midtown. The fashion's different.
Yeah,
and it's definitely different than Dallas. I guess Dallas is a little bit more New York just because of like the conservative way we dress here, but.
Yeah, I would agree. I
love New York fashion. Like,
I know.
You kind of just like, ugh.
I know.
New York just makes me so happy.
I know, and I always feel like I'm biased, but I always say New York and London are my favorite cities for fashion. For other reasons too, but especially for the fashion. And I think for me, it's about the layers. So LA, just by nature, you're wearing less. It's hot there. You're wearing less. And so, and I know, because I know Dallas is hot too. However, LA is, like you said, people are more active. People are walking. People are, or driving, whatever. They're just more body conscious in LA. It makes sense. It's a thing there.
LA, everyone's in like a crop top.
Right.
Or, yeah.
Right. And then you have you also have the hot weather in Dallas, different kind of hot weather, but also hot. However, you're right. There's a little bit more, I think people are a little bit more business minded in Dallas. Not that they're not in LA. It's just that there's a lot. I mean, it's a huge entertainment business. And then, that aspect you have music business, music industry. So where Dallas.
LA is so like anything goes, basically.
Right. Anything goes.
Yeah.
And I also feel like it's just less. There's a lot less to
Yeah.
wear. You're choosing less. And then we get to Dallas and it's probably a little bit more business minded, but then you've got the heat factor in the summertime. So, and you're right, a little more conservative, a little more, now you're talking like businesses or families, or a lot less of the glitz and glam that you'll find in LA. Then we switch gears and we go to New York City. And as we know, it's like, hustle and fast paced and everybody's doing something and busy. And,
I feel like in New York, you have to layer because, not all the time you don't live in the city. So when you're in the city working and then you're going to happy hour after work, you kind of have to change, or maybe it gets cold at night or whatever. It's like, it's almost like you have to carry a duffel bag around.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a transient type of city. And I think whether people are commuting in, which a lot of people do, or they're living there, you're right. They're kind of going from desk to dinner or from one event to the other. There's people that live outside the city in whether it's Westchester County or it's New Jersey or it's Long Island or any of the boroughs. That's, yes, it's New York, but that's also kind of you're commuting into the city. So there's a different element there. And then on top of it, I just think in New York City, it's primarily about finance or fashion. I mean, those are the two big things that obviously New York City is known for, the two industries. So that affects how people dress. You're going to see a lot more suits, whether it's men or women. And then fashion, LA I know it tries and it wants to be, and it does a good job at being fashionable, but it's not quite at the same level as New York. And I just think a lot of designers are based here. We also have the garment district that's pretty, intense. So, and then, our proximity to Europe, of course. So if we're talking about the fashion industry. So I think there's many reasons that go into the way people dress and why they dress they do in the city. Obviously, weather is a huge factor. So, but you're right. I think for me, and I don't think that New York people always dress in black. I disagree with that. Will you see less color than in Dallas? Of course. But it'll also be colder here longer. So people don't tend to wear color when it's cold. I know that
Agreed.
To me, that doesn't make sense. But I get it. I understand it. Puffer coats are almost always black. Until recently, we really started seeing, now we see a lot of colorful puffer coats. But think back, like I'm talking 15, 20 years ago. Canada Goose jackets, all like winter parkas were always black. You would hardly ever find a colored parka or big puffer. So,
oh yeah, now I mean, Montclair and they're doing all these fun colors, the pastels.
Right, but like
Balenciaga did the big floral puffer.
Yeah, it's definitely there. It's coming out, but it didn't always exist. It's not like we grew up with that.
Right.
So yeah, I think those are the biggest differences. I think it's, and again, depends on your lifestyle and what you're into, what you do for a living or what you don't do. I think that impacts obviously how you dress and, what you want to wear. I think ultimately everybody wants to be comfortable regardless of, but what your comfort is and what my comfort is could be two different things. So I'm comfortable in a blazer and a tailored shirt, a button-down shirt and a pair of wide-leg trousers. I'm not comfortable in sweatpants. And let me define comfortable. Are they cozy and easy to wear? Absolutely. But comfortable meaning presentable. Like, do I want to go out in sweatpants? No, I just don't. I would feel weird. I would feel like I forgot to get dressed. So that's for me not comfortable. Where other people don't mind. They're in sweats. All the time. Okay, so quick funny story. So just this past weekend, I'm running errands, about to run errands with my husband. And
Pierre,
yeah. And it's, Saturday morning and I get up and I get dressed and I know exactly what errands we're running and where we're going, obviously. And he says to me, "What are you wearing?" And I said, "Oh, casual." We're running errands. But he knew where we were going to, the places we were going, kind of fancy places, to be honest. So we go to leave, and he just bought the weekend before, he bought a pair of joggers. He never wears joggers. He's not a joggers kind of guy. But since the pandemic, he's kind of dipped his toe into the world of joggers. And they're very nice. They're very like tailored. They almost look like something like a trainer would wear, or almost like tracksuit bottoms. He doesn't normally wear this kind of thing. He's in dress pants. He's a suit kind of guy, or blazer kind of guy, or he's in dark denim. That's his thing. So he comes out, and he's at the door, and he has on like a zip up, almost like a tracksuit jacket type of thing. And the bottoms were a jogger, but they were like a light heather gray jogger, and these like black random sneakers. And I was like, oh. And I sat, and I was in my head, I was like, I cannot let this man go out of the house like this. And it was, I never say that. By the way, he is a good dresser.
He is. He's always very put together.
Right. But I usually put him together. Right. So, however, he could do it on his own. He has taken my tips. He's been with me for 21 years, so he's learned a thing or two. Every once in a while, I think what happens is I think he gets, worried or second guesses himself around me, which I get that. I'm like, all right. And I looked at him and I was like, I don't even know if it was my face and my expression, or it just looked really...
Was he like, what? What did I do wrong?
No, he knew right away. He goes, what? He said, what? And I said, I don't know. And I just shook my head, and I said, and he kind of gave a huff and a puff, and he turned around. I said, I think you just need to change the shoes. I was trying to backpedal then, but you know what it was? I was thinking about it later because I felt bad, but he went and changed to like dark denim, his go-to.
Aww.
No, it was better. I think this is what it was. I think it was the light gray. If they were black, I don't think it would have bothered me. I think it was the light gray with the black. Something about it it literally looked like he was in pajamas. No, I'm not kidding. And I've never seen him look like that. He doesn't dress like that. He's a very tailored man. He's a sharp-dressed man.
He tried with the joggers, but let's just leave the joggers to the Californians.
To jogging?
Yeah, to jogging.
Right. Yeah, no, it's fine. It's, couch clothes. That's couch clothes.
We'll leave those for just lounging around the house,
right.
not for running errands.
All right, let's get back to it. So let me ask you this. LA, New York City, Dallas. What are some of your favorite boutiques? We hit up a lot of boutiques when we're together for specific things, but what are some of your favorites?
Do we even have enough time? We love our boutiques.
All right, so let's pick a city. Give me the best boutiques in Dallas.
Okay, so Tootsie's in Dallas is a staple. They've been open for years and years and years. It's multi-brand. It's like a little, they have like they don't have like the big designers. It's more like a contemporary designer type boutique, but it's super cute. All the Dallas girls love Tootsie's. I think that's like the main one.
Tootsie's.
Here.
I love the name.
Yes. I know we'll have to go next time you're in town.
Okay.
And then LA, obviously Melrose Place has all the cute shops. We love going there. And we love to go get our coffee over there.
Yes, we do. And by we, you're including me, I take it.
Yes,
okay.
we. You and me. And then New York, I really like Karina Zabet. I think she has a cute boutique in Soho.
Yep.
What else? What other little boutiques?
For me, well, I don't know Dallas that well for shopping.
Mm-hmm.
I've been there a handful of times. It's always been for something other than shopping, unfortunately.
Yes.
So, I've been to some of the amazing little areas for shopping, but not really boutique shopping. LA, I'm going to say, I'm going to agree with you on Melrose, and I'm also going to add in Elise Walker. We love Elise Walker, yeah.
And the Palisades?
And the Palisades, and I also am going to say the Country Mart out in Malibu.
Oh,
they have a little, yeah. And you know why? I think it's also because it's destination shopping. So
Mm-hmm.
for those that don't know that haven't been, the Country Mart is out in Malibu. You're at the beach and there's fabulous restaurants there. We love the Greek
I want.
restaurant.
Thank you. I was like, oh, I'm craving taverna.
Yeah. And I think that so you go and it's an experience and you can grab coffee and you can shop and then grab lunch and then shop some more. There's a movie theater or you can then grab dinner, drinks, whatever. Sometimes there's live music. So it's a destination. Then I think for me, New York, it's very hard for me to say because I live and work here. Yeah, it's very hard. It really depends on what I'm doing. I mean, independent boutiques. Well, now we have Elise Walker too here. I don't know. I'm going to say, I always like shopping designer when I'm in New York because I feel like it's the best. So a Chanel or Hermes. I know that's high end and I don't
Did
know.
they just open an Hermes in meatpacking?
Yeah, there is one open in the meatpacking district. Yes. But I like the smaller one. So, for example, the bigger Prada store is downtown in Soho. I like a Prada store up on Madison Avenue. I like the smaller boutiques of the high-end designers.
Mm-hmm.
And here's what I have found. One, they often, I'm giving away a good secret here. One, they often will have more inventory than the big stores because the big stores everybody goes to and they'll sell out. Two.
Are you talking about the little Prada across from where the mansion is, where Ralph's is? That Prada one? Did we go there on Madison
No.
or something? Oh.
No. And by the way, for the listeners, when she says the mansion, she means Ralph Lauren flagship. She tends to forget that we're chatting to all.
Yeah.
No, the Prada store I'm talking about is on Madison Avenue
Oh, okay.
on the Upper East Side. So anyway, so I like it also because I feel like you often will get more individual attention at a smaller store because they're not as busy as the bigger stores.
Yeah.
So you can kind of create that relationship of, customer and client or salesperson, sales associate. And I think that's very important to get to know the sales associates or the personal shoppers in those stores.
Mm-hmm.
They can really get you what you want and then some. But as far as like true boutiques, I'm trying to think, I always end up going with like vintage places, like the What Goes Around Comes Around that's downtown. I love vintage and thrift. So does that count as a boutique? No, but it's not a mass chain store. So I don't know, kind of like, that's why I said it's really hard for me to say because I live here and I shop here and I work here. But, obviously New York is something for everyone when you're talking about shopping and budgets. All right. What about your favorite mall store?
Ooh.
Like if a client comes to you and says, I only want to shop at this mall and here's my budget, here's what I like, here's what I want, but you have your parameters to stay at a specific mall. What's the store that you would go to?
So the big mall that everyone shops at now is North Park, and it has like a whole designer wing, and then it has a more like contemporary wing, and obviously Neiman's and Nordstrom. So I guess, if the budget allows, we would go to Neiman's because Dallas is a Neiman's town. Neiman's is from here.
Right. But for you personally, what's your favorite store in the mall?
Zimmerman probably, but
Okay.
that's just one brand. I honestly don't have a store that I'm like obsessed with, that I'm like, oh, I have to go to this store to like get something.
Right, because you're probably not really in the mall shopping that much.
No,
Yeah.
no.
All right. And then, but where do you source like your best items? Where do you source? Is it boutiques?
Yeah, more so boutiques. Like I said, Tootsie's, or I'll go to Highland Park Village, which is, if you've never been to Dallas, Highland Park Village is basically like the Beverly Hills of Dallas, and where all the little boutiques are. So there's a little store in there called Market, and they have some really cute things like Ghani and Kolgaya, things like that. They have some really cute like Brazilian designers in there. So I really love those little stores more so than the mall.
Love it. Okay.
Highland Park Village is our mall.
Okay, so let's switch gears and let's talk about Summer travel. Summer is upon us.
Oh my goodness. Everyone's already planning.
Planning. You know me. I've been booked. I've been booked for months.
Booked and busy.
Booked and busy. We love it. I have summer travel I like because we tend to do some very traditional things that we have done that we've now created traditions, my husband and I. So we go on some road trips. I'm not a big road trip kind of gal, but there are a few that I like. And by the way, one of them technically is not a road trip because we do fly there. I just thought about it. But it could be. You could drive. But we have a couple trips that we do every single summer that I absolutely love. They're very Americana. Like one of them is Nantucket. And I just love it. So I feel like there are definitely some summer travel must-haves, whether you're traveling abroad and you're doing a European vacation or you're here in the States and you're going to Dallas, LA, or Chicago, wherever. I think there are some things that could be kind of true for everyone. Doesn't matter your personal style. I think these are like just must-have. It's like saying, well, everybody has to have, vegetables and a protein and this technically to have a good diet. I think for a good summer wardrobe, people have to have a couple of these things. So one of them being a blazer, a good blazer. And I'm going to be specific, and I'm saying for summer travel, it could either be linen or cotton or twill. I have on my list denim blazer, but that's a little bit new, kind of a newer item, and I think a little harder to find. I do have one that I love, but I feel like one good classic cotton blazer or linen blazer, whichever you prefer. The linen obviously is going to wrinkle, and so you have to like that look. I think that's a summer must-have. I think I'm going to call this a dressy sneaker. I know this sounds like an oxymoron.
Yes.
So what I mean by that is basically that something you would not wear to the gym or to work out in. So maybe it's a Ked, maybe it's a K-Swiss, maybe it's a New Balance, whatever brand you like. It's something that maybe it's a little tennis shoe. It's something that's very clean and non-athletic. So and it just you only wear it for travel, let's say. So a dressy sneaker that can work well with a skirt, a dress, jeans, whatever, or trousers. Another thing on my list is a good straw tote. I talked about this in previous shows, and I think it's important for it to have some structure. I think it makes it easier if it's falling over, or if you're traveling on an airplane, you can push it under the seat in front of you, or if you have to put it above, it kind of doesn't flop over. You can store so many things in it. You can carry a change of outfit in it. It could really be your commuter bag. It could be your beach bag. It could be your grocery bag. I take a straw tote to the grocery store in the summertime. A lot of times I just grab it because that's what's near. And I still have my recyclable bags. Sometimes I have recyclable bags in it. Just depends. And so I think it's really important. That's like something it's also a really good gift to give just about anyone. I also think wide leg trousers, really key for a good summer wardrobe. That
is one of my favorites. I love a wide leg trouser.
They can be dressier. They can have pleats, no pleats. They can be softer and flowy. They can be elastic waist, so they can be more casual. But the point is that it's a wider leg, not a bell bottom, not a flare, something that is basically from your thigh. It's kind of the same width all the way down, and they're kind of flowy. I think that is absolutely key to having a good summer wardrobe. And then also I have things like a straw hat, maybe it's collapsible and packs well, and a lightweight scarf, because I love the power of just a little lightweight scarf, not necessarily like silk. It could be, but something more, maybe it's just cotton, and you can ball it up. I've used it as a pillow on an airplane or in a car ride. Obviously, if you're chilly, it can add a little something to just a t-shirt and jeans. You throw on like this little scarf and suddenly it's cute. It can be so many things, and it's easy to pack and travel. So those are my must-haves for summer travel. What do you got for us, Kendra?
I think you named them all. I think definitely when I'm packing for myself or I'm going shopping to go on a trip, I like to try to wear like a pair of pants more than once and layer on top of that. So I love a wide leg trouser as well. I always pack like one good pair of jeans, maybe a white denim, and then a lightweight blazer. I always bring a really light sweater because maybe if I'm wearing like a spaghetti strap dress or something like that, I can always just throw it on my shoulders. I think that's a cute look. And go ahead.
I was just going to say, what do you think? So regardless of personal taste, because I love all of these things you're naming, I think these, again, are for everyone, no matter what your taste is. Mm-hmm. Regardless of personal taste, what do you think the foundation of a great wardrobe is? Like, what are the basics?
I think a good tailored jean.
Yes.
Like, I think that's what I've seen both in men and women is the power of a good alteration.
Yes.
I know
Agree.
I know I was having this conversation even with my dad the other day. I'm like, Dad, take your jeans to a tailor. It takes 2 seconds and then it looks fab. I'm sure you've had to tell Peter this as well.
Well, I think, no, here's the thing. He doesn't get my husband doesn't get his jeans tailored. Not that he wouldn't, but it's only because he found, after many, many trials and errors and years of experience, he found a specific cut and type of jean. I don't even know what he's wearing these days, but he nailed it because I'm like, those look great. So he's just, when you just can find something and it's, a little bit of a unicorn and it fits you perfectly.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen often to anyone, I think. But he has found that with his denim. They just look great. Keep in mind, I mean, he goes for the same silhouette. It's not like he's wearing different heel heights. He's wearing one type of shoe, and he's usually wearing the same shoe with his jeans. So, and even if he's wearing a sneaker, it's still kind of very similar. He wears a lot of more like dressy sneakers. Mm-hmm. So let me ask you this. What was your dad wearing? Were they too long or were
They're too long. Yeah, they're too long.
So you wanted him to get them hemmed?
Yeah, I wanted to get them hemmed. And sometimes he wears jeans where I'm like, you need to have the seat taken in, like the butt. I'm like, Dad, no one wants a saggy butt, okay? So we got to take the seat in.
Oh, no. Take your seat in, Dad. Yeah. Oh, poor guy. Oh.
But,
It happens, I know. It's
anyway.
All right.
Yeah, I love just a good tailored moment and a blazer. Obviously, we've talked about blazers time and time again.
Yeah.
And I like a good like white t-shirt, or I love a bodysuit to pack or to wear for travel, because you can wear your bodysuit with like so many different things. Aritzia actually has the best bodysuits. Or I think.
Yeah, I would agree. They have really good bodysuits. I'll also take it one step further, since we're talking about summer travel and summer wardrobes. I like to wear certain ones, not all will work, especially if it's a solid color. A one-piece bathing suit, swimsuit, often doubles as a bodysuit.
Yes,
people.
Love that for us.
Yes, we do. You do love a bodysuit now that I think about it.
I know,
but you're right. It's great. It's easy to wear, and it's you don't have to worry about things being stuffed in, or when you're tucking in, you don't have to worry about that. It's kind of seamless and clean lines, and gives a great silhouette. Mm-hmm. So that leads me to this question: what are you loving right now for you in this season, and why?
Oh, geez. Well,
we know you love a puff sleeve.
I love a puff sleeve. I mean, it's just so funny how everyone can be out shopping and they'll take a photo of something with a ruffle or a puff sleeve. They're like, "Oh, Kendra, this looks like you." I'm like, I'm that predictable.
Yes, you are, but in a good way. It's all right. Yeah. It's like your signature.
Yeah, I have my look. I love a puff sleeve. I love a ruffle. Right now, like I said, because it's starting to get warm again, I'm in little cotton dresses all the time. I have this little green dress. I think you've seen it. It's by Rhodes, and it's green, and it has like a little tie belt that I love because it's just cotton and easy. I'm just in dresses and skirts all summer long. It's just, I don't want anything touching my body, basically, because it gets so hot.
Well, I'm with you on that. I mean, that's like when we travel to, the Caribbean or Mexico or somewhere super warm.
Mm-hmm.
I would never take pants. Maybe on the occasion a wide leg flowy pair of pants for like a cover up, but I'm almost always in flowy dresses. I mean, I just think that's where I'm really happy being a girly girl because
Yes.
that's
I'm like, it's my favorite time. I can get away with wearing dresses every single day.
And it's authentic. So
Yep.
You're not forcing it. It's not like, oh, I hate dresses. That's, I think it's all good.
Yeah.
So yes, you do love a puff sleeve and a frill. She loves frills.
I really do.
High neck frills.
I really do. It's okay.
All right, so I have a game for
Yay,
us.
let's play a game.
It's game time.
Game time.
Okay, so we're going to play trash or treasure. Okay. So this is very kind of it doesn't have to be hard and fast. Don't think too much about it. It's literally just very gray area. So trash or treasure the following. I'm going to give you some trends and I'm going to throw in a few curveballs, so be ready. And just for you personally, straight away, trash or treasure. You ready?
Ready, let's go.
Okay. Maxi skirts.
I like a maxi skirt on you. I don't necessarily like it on me.
So you would trash it?
I would trash it.
Okay. Denim on denim.
We're keeping denim on denim.
Treasure.
Treasure.
Okay. Loafers.
Treasure. Love a Laura Piano loafer right now on the summer walks. Yes.
Okay. Tulle skirts.
I would say treasure.
Okay.
They always come back around.
And this is true. Something we just talked about, a one-piece swimsuit.
Absolutely. Treasure.
Treasure. Flip-flops.
Ugh. Trash.
You know my take on it.
Yeah.
Only when you're at the beach or going to get a pedicure.
Yes,
that's it.
That's it.
No flip-flops in the grocery store. It's gross. Ballet flats.
Or like when you get like your pedicure sandals when you're going to the grocery store. No.
Oh, you're still on flip-flops?
They're too flimsy. Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Okay. We're on ballet flats.
Oh,
Trash
ballet
or treasure?
flats. Oh, treasure. Love a Chanel ballet flat. It's just classic.
Agreed. Cowboy hats.
I mean, I love like a fedora, or I like them, especially in Texas. I have to say treasure. Duh.
Okay. I was gonna say the state of Texas is gonna kick you out if you say trash.
I know. Oh my goodness.
Okay, trench coats.
Treasure. I love trench coats.
Me too.
They're so chic.
Fishnet stockings.
Oh no, unless you're Beyonce on the main stage.
Okay, trash. She's trashing it. Puffy sleeves.
Love. Treasure.
Okay. Plaid suits.
I say treasure. I like a good check.
A la, what's her name? From Clueless, the character.
Yes.
Yeah, Cher. Is that her
Cher.
name? Yeah. Neon head to toe.
Trash.
Trash. Agree. Slipper socks.
Trash.
I would treasure slipper socks. Come on, it's couch clothes.
Yeah.
Okay, jumpsuits. Trash or treasure?
Treasure. I just wore a Burberry jumpsuit 2 days ago. Love it.
Listen, high five to anybody that can wear a jumpsuit. I cannot and won't. You know why? There's one reason.
Why?
The bathroom aspect. Exactly.
I had that mistake the other day. I was like, I'm sorry. I had to ask the bathroom attendant to help me unzip from the bath.
Okay. So there you go. Say no more. Cargo pants.
They're coming back. I don't know.
They are back, honey. They're everywhere. Trash or treasure?
No. I guess. I'm not going to say trash because no. They're bulky.
Agreed. Okay. Over the knee boots. Trash or treasure?
Treasure, but for winter time.
Okay. Barbie core.
Loved. Treasure.
Okay. We knew that. And then black lipstick.
No, trashy. No.
Okay, trash. Well, I was thinking a la Wednesday. Have you seen the show Wednesday?
No, I haven't.
Okay.
But I can't. I'm not on board with that. It's
I would agree.
Like,
the show is very cute, and it's cute for that character Wednesday Addams. But in real life, it's a hard no.
Yeah, real life hard. Could you imagine if I showed up to dinner with you and I had black lipstick?
You
You'd
wouldn't
be like,
sit with me.
What's going on?
I'm like, oh, where's your table?
Yeah, what table are you sitting next to?
Downtown, hopefully.
Downtown. Yeah, exactly.
All right, Miss Kendra, thank you once again for joining us in the fashion department. You'll have to come back with and see us very soon.
This was so fun. I love chatting with you.
And one more time, give our listeners your Instagram so you can follow along and see all her little fashion endeavors.
Yes, it's She Styles Dallas.
Because she does. She styles Dallas so well.
Yes.
Okay, take care.
Bye.
Thanks for joining me in the fashion department. Be sure to subscribe so you never miss an episode. For more inspiration and fashion content, check out my website and follow along on Instagram at wardrobe_envy. And a special thanks to the Factory Underground Studio for recording and producing this show. See you next time.